thought we played hard, played with great intensity. Didn't play perfect by any means. We knew the quarterback would be a little bit of a problem with him scrambling and extending plays, and he did that. He got them in some opportunities where they really could have scored. They was near the goal line, and we was able to hold them out, which is always good. We was really looking to try to get a shutout, but they did enough offensively to create field position and knock down 3 field goals. So hats off to them.
2 big games so far from Tyler Barron. Just what's been your initial impression now that you've seen him in game action previews?
He's playing hard. He's really big and powerful off the edge, and he's twitchy. So, he's just playing hard. He's recognizing plays, and he's just cutting it loose right now. So it's good to see.
Talk about Robbie Washington moving to your side of the ball and what that means.
Yeah, we've got him a couple reps. He played a little bit at the end, played some man free with him. So we're going to continue to work with Robbie. He's a really good athlete, and I think he can play some man coverage, and he can probably play a little bit of corner, a little bit of nickel. So we'll keep working with him and teaching him, what we got on defense.
Wesley looks like he's making some big steps in his game. What's the biggest difference from year 2 to now for Wesley?
Growing up, just getting experience. I think D-Nick got a lot to do with it. Coach Nicholson's a hell of a linebacker coach. He's played the game, played at a high level. His daddy was a linebacker as well, so he's a guy that's grown up as a backer since he's a little kid. So he relates so many things to them, and he's really had a big growth with him along with Coach Sapp. So Wesley's playing really fast right now. He's not thinking a lot. He's just he's playing carefree right now when you continue him playing that way.
Yes, Mario said after the game on Saturday that Zaquan Patterson had kind of like a light bulb moment or something, a realization. Just from working with him, what did you see, kind of click for him over the last week or so?
Well, we wanted to get him in early in the first half, when the game was still, competitive, of course, and we got him in, and he did some good things, and he'll continue to grow. There's no experience like game experience. You can practice all you want, but you got to get in the game. He had a really good week of practice. He was locked in, and hopefully going forward, we could continue to play him, anywhere between 6-10 snaps, 15 max, but he's doing good. Injury happens, then he'll have to play more, but I think he's right on pace. It's hard for a safety to come in as a freshman, a true freshman and play, so he's ahead of it, I think, so he continues to do good things. We'll keep playing him more and more.
I know you said I think like a week or 2 ago, talking about Jaden Harris, but you said it's very safety-led defense. So how does he adjust to kind of learning what he needs to do and helping the defense?
Yeah, he's very smart. He understands the whole defense. He can call it all out, but when you get on the field and you got to make the checks, it's different, and you got to be comfortable with that. So we tried to play him with Mish as much as we could, but at the end it was him and Markeith. So when we bring him in, it's good that we put him in with Mish so Mish can handle all the calls and he can just play.
How's the communication, microphone system?
It's been good. It didn't cut out at Hard Rock at all. So it flowed really good. At Florida, we had a little bit of problems. There was probably about 15 snaps maybe we couldn't communicate at Florida, but here we had no problems. So it was good. It was really clean the other night.
As a follow-up on Robbie, so do you see this, is this a long-term type of play for him? Obviously you started your season, you didn't go through camp as a DB. Is this kind of like a long-term kind of projection for him as to where he might be able to get on the field sooner, or do you think you're going to need him at times in this season?
You don't know that. It depends on what happens. If he's just moved over to it, so he's starting brand new, and that's hard when you're starting brand new. So just kind of plugging him in and playing things that that he can be able to obtain right now. Because he just moved. He's got to understand all the language, all the lingo. So I think it could be long-term for him. Of course, he's a really good athlete, and I think he can do all the things he needs to do to play in the secondary.
Tell us about Deani. It seems like his role is expanding just from one week to the next.
Injuries happen, but Donnie's got a lot of game experience. Donnie's really smart. I wish he'd have picked up that ball on the sideline. He got him down on it. He was trying to pick up and run, but Donnie's a really good player, and he'll be a key to his defense for sure.
And I asked Shannon and Mario the same question, but speaking of kind of crazy in college football, NIU gets a big upset over Notre Dame.
Yeah.
Do games like that kind of help reinforce the idea with the players that you better be on your A game, no matter who the opponent is, because you can get caught?
Well, I've been on that same side. I've been the FCS guy that was looking to try to get upset, and I harped on it all week, because you never know. Your number could be called, and then you could lose one. So going into Notre Dame was a really tough task. So I know exactly what Northern Illinois went through. It was down to the wire. It was down to the wire with us. It's really hard to make that upset. But in college football, anything can happen. You know, you play the game, you play it through fourth quarters, and it seems like the longer the game goes, when a team that's not supposed to win stays in it, the bigger opponent gets tighter and tighter. And you start looking like, oh my God, this can't happen to us. This can't happen to us. Of course, with Notre Dame, it's happened to them before, you know, so it's tough. It's a tough deal, but it can happen to anybody, you know. I've been on both sides of the coin, so it's a tough deal.
And then speaking of, your opponent this week, Ball State, Mario was talking about like their offensive line. Just what have you seen from them on film?
They remind me of Miami of Ohio a little bit. You know, they've been playing together for a while. They're in sync. Miami of Ohio had a really good season last year. They didn't play necessarily good against us, but they had a really good year. This group's a lot like them. So they'll be prepared. You know, they're not going to be intimidated by all. They're scrappy. So we'll have to get them get after them real early for sure.
Anything else for Coach Guidry?
Appreciate it. Thank you.
Thanks.